So Greg, you come off the bus, the crowd's met you, you're walking yourself into the dressing room. What's the first thing you see when you arrive at this dressing room?
The first thing you usually see is Cookie, the kit man. He's always here waiting for the boys to come into the dressing room, which is always nice to see a familiar face. And then obviously you get to walk into the dressing room itself after you see Cookie.
So you arrive in here, you've done your high five for Cookie on the way in. Any rituals? Straight into something for you? Or?
Yeah, I usually come straight in, and kind of when I come in the door, the number 9 booth's just over here in the corner, so you get to walk in, and on a match day my jersey will be hanging there. So I always like to look at my jersey firstly, and just take a couple of minutes to yourself, and it's always nice to see your Scotland jersey hanging on your peg, and then you have a quick look at it, and then you start your preparation for the match. And
the names in the back of the wall, they'll mean something to everybody in here, but in particular to you in the number 9 spot?
Yeah, for me it's brilliant because there's well-known names up on that board. For me, obviously, my Uncle Roy going down to Gary Armstrong coming out at the same time, but even all the other names as well. Brush coming from the Borders, Mike, who I learned massive amounts of in my career, and Cuss, who was such a brilliant player as well.
So fast forward, you've done the warm-up, you're half an hour later, you're back in here. The last 2 minutes will be yours as captain. What messages are you giving then?
Yeah, it's very much that sort of time to focus now on the game, as Sean's playing some nice tunes in the background. He's on his phone again. The last couple of minutes is very much for the team, and you know what it's like going into big international. Everybody's sort of well focused, and sometimes I don't say anything. Other times you'll pick up a couple of key points. Maybe the first 10 minutes you concentrate on X or Y, and just giving that sort of final reminders, both for the team but also for yourself as well.
You all stood out there as a fan as well growing up. You understand what it is to watch you guys, you understand what it is to represent Scotland. What's your last thoughts as you leave this tunnel and move out there? Is it the family and the crowd, the boys that are behind you if you're leading the team out, or the fact that you've been there before?
I think it's very much the boys behind me. I think how you hold yourself, how you come across as you're just heading out. You might be a couple of young guys playing their first game, and they're looking to you to make sure you're calm. And so I think it's very important how you hold yourself. So you pull your shoulders back, you get out there, and you just embrace the roar that you're about to feel and hear as you get to run out of the tunnel. And it's one of the most special moments about wearing the jersey, as you'll know, Al. So it's about taking all that in. But ultimately, it's about the rugby. So you need to have, it's an emotional thing, but you need to keep that in check and make sure you're ready to go as soon as that whistle goes. Yeah, it's just as we're sort of coming out of the tunnel now, you'll start to really sort of feel the noise as soon as you get right outside, and then just as you go out the tunnel, you just sort of feel the full force of the crowd, which is awesome. And then sometimes there's pyrotechnics and what have you. So it's an incredible feeling. You get to run past the badge, some of the kids or whatever hanging over the sides here, which is brilliant to see. As you mentioned, I was one of the kids one day, so it's to be down here in the middle now. It's such an honour and something I'll never take for granted. You
mentioned the pyrotechnics. Have you ever misjudged your run, got a wee bit close, eyebrows have come off? Or?
Nah, I've never been blessed with too much height, so I'm usually underneath them.
So we've got Sam Skinner getting his first cap against Fiji. There's young players always coming through. Do you take a special moment to try and make sure that they're okay in this environment as well?
Yeah, definitely. I'll make sure I'll catch them in the change room, especially, and then also I'll just try and touch base with them just before the game. Just get a look in their eyes, and you can get a sense of, are they in the moment, are they sort of trying to take everything else in, and almost just give them a couple of things to focus back in on the rugby and make sure they're excited to play for their country, which I know they will be.
That's Finn Russell. Finn, come and give us a quick chat. So we're talking to Greg about the emotion of the anthem. Is there any games that stand out for you as far as being out here just before kick-off?
No, I don't know. They're all pretty emotional. Like, you usually have your family sitting up in the box, so you can see all them, your family, your friends. So that's always good. It's always good getting out to Murrayfield, and I think coming out the tunnel is a big one as well. You see all the quotes from the players and the other boys. So it's just the whole experience is pretty good. You've
got a duty as a leader to make sure everybody's in touch, but guys like Finn a wee bit more laid back before a game?
That's one way to describe him for sure. He's certainly laid back, but you've kind of just got to let boys prepare in their own way as well, and that's something I've probably learned over the years. A few years ago I probably wouldn't have understood Finn as much as I do now, and you've just got to let him be his self, because that's when he plays his best rugby, and ultimately that's what we want everybody to do when they come out on the field is play their best game of rugby for Scotland. So yeah, let him be himself, but make sure he's also concentrating and he's doing what he's been told.
Greg, thank you very much for the insight. Absolutely brilliant. Have a brilliant autumn series and best of luck tomorrow.
Pleasure. Cheers, up.
Good man.